Hello, what's going on, guys? It's been a while, huh? Just wanted to hang out a little bit, write a bit of code, just for fun, you know, a bit of a me time kind of thing. A couple of stressful weeks at work, so it's kind of ironic, you know, like as a programmer, like very often, you know, even though you do this kind of like 8 hours a day, you don't get enough coding because you know, at work, you know, you always kind of have like this big project and you don't necessarily work on what you want to work on, or, you know, things take forever, CI takes forever, and you just kind of want to sit sometimes and like start from scratch, code something small. So I actually wanted just to stream like all morning today, but you know, life came in between, and so now it's like 5 o'clock, and I figured I'm still gonna do it even though I'm like, you know, getting tired now, and because I'm old. Anyway, if you guys are here, let me know. If you hear me fine, let me know if the music is too loud. I'll put something, you know, super chilled, so it shouldn't be too loud. Yeah, so a while ago, I started using the power level 10K prompt. And in fact, like when I started this channel, I really like the Traversy Media channel, and he was like on purpose not writing anything, not configuring anything. So he was just like on Windows with like naked VS Code without any plugins or anything, and it was very easy to follow. And I wanted to do the same, and I did for the first, like, I don't know, year or two. But then I just couldn't resist, because like all of these tools are kind of useful. And so I changed my mind. I changed my strategy. I said, okay, like whenever I'm going to start like using a new tool, I'm just going to make a video about it. And so I've been using Power Level 10K for like a month or so. And the thing is that like originally it was like Power Level 9K. And I don't know what happened exactly. Like Power Level 9K kind of stopped being a thing. And it, like if you go to Power Level 9K, actually it was Power Line 9K, I think. Yeah, Power Level 9K. Okay, and it basically says, you know, hey, go use Power Level 10K. And the thing is that like originally, at least as far as I know, like it would always look like this, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it because it would like take like way too much space. And recently, like a colleague of mine was using it, and I was like, hey, okay, I'm gonna check it out again. And I checked it out, and you know, now it has like these lean styles or classic styles. And so like the way I configure it is that like you don't even see you know, that it's Power Level 10K. I really like their feature where I think it's called transient prompt. Essentially, if I do something like ls, right, it will output whatever ls outputs, but it would also remove this prompt. And so if you do like ls and then ls and then ls, like see, like it removes this prompt. I really like this feature. One of the things that it has is that actually don't really know how it figures it out, probably based on the folder. Like if you're in a folder that is like a Scala or a Java project, I actually had to explicitly enable it what is it, like P10K ZSH, right? Like somewhere at here, right? So over here, actually, and I don't know how it figures out when to display it. Probably when you're like in a folder with a Java or a Scala thing. So if we were to go to like have like a temporary directory with a bunch of things, like as you can see, like over there, it goes and displays the Java version. There's actually also like a flag to display like a full version and stuff. Obviously you have like Git and whatever. I disabled the icons because again, like I don't want it to be like, I don't want it to have like too much stuff that like distracts me. And so what I wanted to do today is I wanted to create a custom segment. Also, I wanted to use Vim a little bit more and configure it a little bit. I configured it like a year ago and then I gave up and it kind of like stale, you know, they switched to Lua and all of that stuff. There are a couple of things that have always been like bugging me and I never had like time to like, you know, go and fix it. Anyway, you guys here, let me see if, it's sort of like, you know, the streaming thing is supposed to be like riding a bike, but like I actually checked out, like last time I streamed was like a month ago. You know, I went on vacation, came back, and then, you know, life just came in between. Anyway, so what I want to do is I want to create a custom, like these things are called segments. Like this one, I mean, probably this whole thing is Git, right? This is like the directory. So this is also a segment. I want to write my own, actually two of them. We'll see how easy it is. It's probably very easy to write it like just for yourself. But we'll see how to maybe contribute it. So one thing that I want to do is I want to see the SBT version. I initially thought that it would be cool to see the Scala version. However, then I figured out that, you know, if you have an SBT build and maybe it's a multi-build, and then maybe it's going to be hard to figure out which version it is. You know, we could like get like the latest or something. Maybe we'll do this some other time. Let's start with something simple because like getting the SBT version is very simple. It's always at the same spot. You know, it's very easy to parse and stuff. So let's just start like hacking on it. So if you go not there, over here, right? I believe it was actually around like where we just were, like over here. Here it has like this example. It says like this is an example of a user-defined segment, and see prompt example function below. All right, so let's see prompt example. Okay. All right. It says that this is an example of a user-defined prompt segment. Function prompt example will be called on every prompt if example prompt segment is added to power left or right. It displays an icon and orange text greeting the user. Okay, so this is like a function call, I guess, P10K segment, and then this is probably the orange color. This is probably the icon, right? So this is probably F for like foreground, I for icon, T for text. I'm just totally guessing. Okay, there's more. Here, user-defined may optionally provide an instant prompt. Yeah, I'm not interested in an instant prompt function. But this is another thing, you know, like at first we're going to try to figure out how to make it work for us. And then we'll see, you know, if it's like a 5-minute thing, then we'll see, okay, well, how do we contribute? Because if we contribute it, you know, we need to take care of like way more things, you know, of this like instant prompt thing, of how is it going to look like on different themes, you know, like do we need to specify background and stuff? So let's just read for now, you know, because like 5 hours of debugging can save you 5 minutes of reading the documentation. So why not go and read the documentation? The job is to generate the prompt segment for displaying instant prompt. See instant prompt. Well, okay. So instant prompt, if you guys are not familiar, even though power level 10K loads like very fast, probably like even like our thing, it loads like asynchronously somehow. Like I saw it sometimes, like I go into the directory, and for example, the git prompt, like sometimes it's like grayed out, and then over time, then it gets the syntax. So probably there's like a lot of magic to make everything load like super fast. So probably no matter we do, it's still gonna load super fast, just like asynchronously. But probably like somehow you can still cause it to load, like it still loads a little bit, right? There has to be some time involved. And so they have a thing called instant prompt where, like you open a new, like a new tab or whatever, right? And you can like immediately start typing. Like you saw how it took like, I don't know, maybe a second or so, right? Like I go again, like 1, 2, okay, even like 2 seconds. Like if you have instant prompt enabled, which I don't have enabled, then you would be able to like type immediately. And I tried it and it was all right. It actually didn't cause any issues. I just didn't like the fact that, at work we use the Nix shells, and sometimes it takes like 2 or 3 seconds to load. And so it drops me into the shell, right? And technically I can type, but there's like nothing I can type that is useful. I cannot like start SBT because the Nix shell is not loaded yet. So it was kind of useless for me, so I disabled it, okay? But this is something that we would need to worry about if we were to contribute it back to, to the original repo. Okay, so we'll call instant prompt at the same time as a regular prompt function, and we'll record all repeating calls it makes when displaying instant prompt. ProtoThinker will replay these calls without actually calling instant prompt. Okay, so they memorize the calls. It is imperative that instant prompt always makes the same segment calls regardless of environment. If this rule is not observed, the content of instant prompt will be incorrect. Usually, you should either not define instant prompt or simply call prompt from it. Okay, if instant prompt is not defined for a segment, the segment won't be shown in instant prompt. Okay, so probably we need to do it anyway, right? For, again, like if we were to contribute it back, right? So probably with just like almost like an identity, right? To call the actual prompt. It can be customized the same way as built-in segments. Power level 9K example underscore for example. Okay, so does it match by names, right? Because nothing here mentions example, right? So you probably have to always say prompt and then underscore and then example. Well, actually, hold up. Yeah, so this one just says example. This one is called prompt. Okay, so probably it has to be called prompt underscore. And therefore, like in the name, we'll just like, you just put the name here. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so first of all, let's enable it. Okay, so now it's enabled. So if I open another tab, okay, then there it is. Okay, so it says like hello Vlad. Okay, and it's, why is it actually like down there? It's where are we? Hold on. So this is write prompt elements. Like, how does it know that it needs to be on the second line? Does something here says second line? No. Okay, here it says. Okay. Okay, now it says line 2. Like, how does it know that it's on line 2? Because there's a new line over here. So this is also simple, okay? So this means that if we take it, put it above the new line, close this one, go like this. There we go. Okay, easy. Okay, but it also broke the line. I guess it broke the line because, yeah, because there's a backslash n over here. Okay, so no, it's not backslash n. This is my name. This is where Vlad comes from. Why does it break the line then? Getting cold in here. All right, so why does it break the line? Okay, so there's also a P10K help segment for documentation and a more sophisticated example. All right, so we'll have a look at that in a second. Maybe it's just like part of that thing. So let's try like this. What's happening was my, well, okay. Okay, so I need to kind of like start remembering where it was. Okay, so I have a new line here. These are the left ones. So it should be like, it should be the same over here, right? So put it before the new line. Maybe it's because it's the last one. Let's also put like the, no. All right. So let's go to P10K. What was it? Prompt example. Okay, it's line 106. And this is 1.5. I don't know yet how to do bookmarks in BIM, and I don't want to look it up right now. So it says over here, man, what's up with my Viobo? Okay, it said somewhere what I need to type to see a more sophisticated example, right? Sophisticated, okay. P10K help segment. Help segment. All right. Okay. All right. Yes, I was right. Like F is foreground, I is icon, some condition text, background state. These ones I'm not sure yet. H is what? Print this help message. Plus minus RE. Okay. All right, hold on. Segment's main content will undergo prompt expansion. Will show as, okay, so this is actually the current time, I think. Pretty sure. Default is empty. Icon, default is empty. R, icon is a spellgraph that needs to be resolved. For example, log icon. Okay. Horizontal should be printed literally. For example, this is the default. You can also use, I want to have non-ASCII characters in source code. All right. Okay, background foreground, fine. Segment state for the purpose of applying style option. If you want to be able to use parallel 9K parameters specified for different colors or icons depending on some property, use different states for different values of that property. Interesting. Condition, if empty, after parameter expansion and process substitution, the segment is hidden. Right, so this is probably how this Java thing works, right? It basically says like, hey, hi, I've been traveling for the past few weeks. I need some coding therapy. Yeah, man, me too. Like 2 weeks ago, I went to the beach and then, yeah. Yeah, so we're just hacking on some power level 10K prompt segment. I want to create a segment that shows the SPT version, for example. Okay, so we're probably going to need like this condition here to be like, hey, like, does this file exist or something like this? And if it does, then it's going to be the, it's going to display the version. Segment is hidden. Advanced feature, use with caution. Default is 1. I kind of don't really know why it would be necessary, right? Because it's all like displaying strings, so we're gonna have like an if else somewhere anyway, right? And the else is gonna be okay, well, empty string. So I'm not even sure why you would need the condition. Okay, E is segment's main content, like a primary expression for substitution. The content will be surrounded with double quotes, and that should quote its own double quotes. Okay. Segment's main content should not undergo permanent expansion for substitution. This is a default. Okay. Example, core segment tells you if there is a file named core in the current directory. Perfect. So we don't even need to do this ourselves. Segment's icon is star, text is a file size in bytes. If you have permission to delete the file, state is deletable. If not, it's protected. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what Z mode load is. So I don't know what this. But I'll use this. So like this function here. All right. So again, it has to be called like prompt underscore something. Local size if. Oh Jesus. So this says there is no core file in the current directory. Okay, so probably size returns like 0, and if it's like 0, then you return. So pretty much have to like copy paste this thing. And then you close this if. Hey man, how are you doing? All right, so this one is, what does it say? If you have permissions to delete the file, state is deletable. Okay, I have no idea how to check for permissions. Okay, so I guess this is like right. Otherwise it's protected. And then you do segment and then S. What was S again? State. Okay, so the state is then, $state. Oh, I had no idea that bash had like hoisting, right? Like this variable is defined, but like over here it's going to be visible. Good to know. So icon is the star. Okay, so there's no space, so this is just like, it just looks like a little bit on the left. Foreground is blue, and this is the text. And what's up with this B? Okay, so B is going to be like bytes. To enable the segment at core for level 9K left prompts or right prompts. Example customizations. Yeah, so they're all, so this is just a convention. Core, deletable, core. Okay, so you can put like a state over there. All right, so still none of this explains where this new line comes from. Maybe this is maybe this is like my Biobo being funny. Hold on. No, there's a new line. Hold on. F5. Yeah, there's a new line. My Biobo is being super weird. Like usually it's not like this. It's because Vim is open. Hold on. So I'm pressing F5 to like refresh. Now you see my keyboard, right? I'm pressing F5. So what I want to figure out now is like where this thing comes from. Right. So like this. Okay, so this is our prompt now. And it happened because on line, I don't know, 70 or something, a little bit more. Yeah, here. So we have, and then we have new line. It's because behind a new line, there's nothing. So what if I do something like IP? No, that didn't like resolve it at all. Okay, so if we, but then if we remove the new line, right, it's still there. So IP's, yeah, okay. So it's not, what is happening? Do you guys see this? Weird. Wow. I don't know what's happening. All right. Okay. So what if I remove the new one? It is still there. This is so weird. Okay, so like this, it's fine, but before it was there, right? So like this is how we started, it was like this, right? And it was fine. It didn't actually do anything. But as soon as we have like this example, actually if we have it like this, also I think like what was happening with Biobo was probably because of this, like it inserts some weird symbol or something. Okay, hold on. So if I don't have this example again, I have a feeling that my Biobo is not going to be that weird. Yeah, you see, it's like way better. This is so weird. So their own example causes my Biobo to like freak out. All right, so let's go again to like prompt example. Like there is like literally nothing here that would cause this thing to behave like this. All right, so if we go to, okay, power level, let's just do P10K prompt example on new line. Trying to expand my two-line prompt to multi-line prompt where the second one, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but that's, okay, so that thing removes all trailing new lines. We don't have anything like this though, right? Well, maybe we should. With trailing new lines, and embedding them is usually not what is wanted. This is like I'm not a bash expert. Like, is it like maybe these quotes thing? But like usually that's not what's up, right? Like, oh my god, like everything is behaving so weird. Oh, hold on. Something is incredibly weird. Okay. What is happening? Why is it rendered like this? The last resource recommendations were spot on. Can recommend some resources for learning stream processing tools, specifically Kafka. I don't remember my last resource recommendations. Also, have you seen Vivaldi browser? Feels like terminal to me. I have seen Vivaldi browser. I tried it like a year ago. It was actually a funny story. Like at some point I was like bored, and people were like saying bad things about Chrome, and I was like, I want to try out something like Vivaldi. I'm not like super security, like data privacy oriented person, so I didn't care about something like Brave. I wanted features, and so I looked at Vivaldi and I was like, okay, that's cool. Now I remember. Yeah, exactly. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I wanted to try Vivaldi, and then I was like, oh snap, I cannot do this because all my passwords are stored in Chrome, and I was like, yeah, it's time to like dig into password managers, and so I started using Bitwarden, and I'm very happy with it. And the cool thing about it is that it doesn't autofill passwords unless you set it up like this, which you probably shouldn't. But it has a key binding, right, which is Control-Shift-L that will like fill out your password. And I started using it, and the cool thing is that like here, like as you can see, I have a bunch of like Chrome profiles, and like in each of them I have Bitwarden installed, and it remembers the last password, like the last, like if you have like I have multiple like Google accounts, right? And so if like in this one, which is my like Dev Inside You account, the last time I used the Dev Inside You Google account, and over here the last time I used was my personal Google account, then when I press Control-Shift-L, it remembers which one. And so it was like very cool for me, right? And I went to Vivaldi, which is based on Chromium, and obviously it had Bitwarden and stuff, but it didn't work there. And I actually Googled it, and there's like a thing where you need to like go into settings and whatever. And so I did do all of that stuff, but it didn't work. And it was like 2 days or like whatever after I fell in love with Bitwarden, and I was like, well, damn, I can't use it now. And so I went back to Chrome. So like to demonstrate, right? So, well, Google is pretty much the only thing that I have like multiple times, right? Yeah, because like my GitHub account is like both of them, right? Like it's all, I have only like this one, right? So if I sign out, right, like I sign in, see, like it wants like username and password, but it's locked over here. So if I just press like Control-Shift-L, you know, like the first thing that happens is that like it opens, like it understands that it opens like Bitwarden stuff, right? So let me remove my keyboard. Okay, so my password now, very long. Okay, so I press enter, it closes that thing, it fills it out. I press enter again. I have a YubiKey, by the way. There we go. Ta-da, I'm in. Okay, and like the point is that if I go like if I go to Google, right, like if I go to like YouTube, for example, then you see like I have like 5 accounts, but the first one is the Dev Inside You account because I'm like over here in this one. Actually, this is wrong, I'm in this one. It should have been this one, but like sometimes I do it wrong and I log in, it was another one, right? Anyhow, yeah, so recommendations about stream processing tools, like in terms of like you want like tools, like Yeah, like I really liked like all the kind of cool things that you could do with Vivaldi, but like that thing was like basically a showstopper for me. So you're asking about like stream processing tools, like you want basically like a Kafka tutorial. If you want a Kafka tutorial, well, so Gabriel Volpe is currently writing a book. It's almost out. G Volpe. Yeah. So he wrote this like practical functional programming Scala, a great book, and he's currently like finishing functional event-driven architecture. And this is a book about Apache Pulsar, and Pulsar is basically like a next version of Kafka kind of thing. Yeah, Apache Pulsar. It's like all like very similar idea, right? So although the application picks a particular design implementation, the concept should easily translate to other design in the same space that can be built on top of Apache Kafka, RabbitMQ, or other message brokers. Okay, so I would definitely like get this book. In fact, I'm about to get this book. Gabriel offered it to me for free so that I make a review, and I was like, no worries, I'm gonna buy it anyway. So I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna make a review hopefully around the time when it goes out. Apart from this, I'm actually not an expert myself. Like I have it on my to-do list myself to like properly like sit down and learn Kafka. What I do know is that there is this thing called, I think it's called Red Panda. No, hold on. Yeah. So it's basically a Kafka compatible thing that is not written in Java. And like it is completely compatible with like the Kafka API, but as always, like it's like blazingly fast, and I think it's written in Rust. No, it's not Rust. It's like C and a bunch of other crap. And like one cool thing is that it doesn't have Zookeeper. You know, it doesn't have Zookeeper. Doesn't have the JVM. Whether that's a good thing or not, like it's debatable. But like I would definitely like dig into that. Yeah, about actually like tutorials and stuff. Like doesn't Daniel have anything about Kafka? I thought they did. I've seen devs like you would go about learning new stuff. Can you briefly mention how is your learning process? Yeah, so I have a problem with learning because like I get like way too interested in this stuff, and I want to know like everything in depth, and this takes forever. Like I had this on my to-do list, like to learn Docker like properly, because I know how to like, you know, create an image and whatever, you know, you just look up the reference and, you know, I roughly know how it works. But like to me, it's like, okay, how do I create a container without Docker? You know, like I want to know, like I want to learn Docker like so much that I can like put it on my CV and be proud of it. Okay, so so the way I learn is probably not the way you should learn. And the way I learn is like basically I read their whole documentation, watch a bunch of videos. The most important thing though is that whenever you want to learn a new thing, build something with it. Like otherwise, just like I don't learn. Like for example, like Docker, right? Like until I have like an actual use case where I'm like, okay, now I need to, you know, like for example, I would really like to have a Docker image that is based on NixOS, that has a bunch of like Scala stuff, you know, like SPT and whatever, right? So if I ever wanted to actually like build my own image, then I would actually sit down and learn like every detail of Docker. I would see like the pricing model for Docker Hub. I would see like where else I could host it, like on GitHub these days you can post it, you know, like these things. Yeah. So the main thing is that like builds like right now, for example, like basically like what we're doing right now is we're learning. I've never written, like I'm not an expert in Bash. I've never written a segment for power level 10K. So you know, you just like, hey, I want to build something. So you know, we're sitting down building something. Yeah. So what do we have now? Current state is that okay, look, so now we still have it enabled, right? So it was like around line like 80 or something. Okay, we don't have it enabled. Okay, so let's say we do like new line and then we have the example. I think banana full course. Yeah, I don't know what he has. All right, so this is, oh my god, like look, I press F5 and it just goes crazy. Like everything is broken. Look at this. Like it's a hello world and it's already like everything is broken. Wow. This is insane. All right, let's start from scratch. So this is my prompt and I can just do this and I can do that. Nothing is broken. Like, so this thing like actually breaks it. Okay. So if I go to line, whatever, like 90, I always forget the line. So it's like 100, like 110. Okay. Okay. So if I just do this, like I haven't changed anything. I just enable it. Okay. And I go like this. And I press F5 and it just like dies. And by the way, I forgot to re-enable the keyboard. So their own example is breaking my stuff. Let's try this. Maybe it's like Biobo's fault. No, like even this, look, it's not Biobo's fault. This is ridiculous. Wow. So again, like if I throw out these changes, right? Like this, right? So I'm gonna do the same thing as I did, right? Like shift to refresh, everything. So you see that I'm clicking F5. And even if I, do this, right? And go like this, F5, 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 like nothing is broken, like everything is fine, everything is clean. But as soon as I enable this example, it just goes like crazy. This is ridiculous. And even if we go to here and we say text is just, wow, look, everything is broken. My God. Okay, hi. So we go like this. F5, everything is broken. Is it maybe this icon? Let's remove the icon. Like this. My God. Yes, it's the icon. Okay, now it's all good. Like the icon was causing all of that stuff. Jesus. All right. Let's go back to like 110. Okay. So if I wanted to have it before, we would bring it to here, right? So we go like this. There we go. We have our high. Perfect. Right. Back to actually like freaking working on that thing. So we want it on the right. I think we want it on the right. Okay. So I'm gonna put this thing back here. And over here, we're gonna go sbt underscore version. Okay. And we're gonna find like prompt example, which is over here. Just gonna like copy it. Let's go like this actually. Like paste it over here. Yeah, like this is fine. Okay. So we're gonna call it like sbt version. And I'm just gonna put like sbt over here. Okay, so I'll go like this, go like that. Okay, so this works. So I should probably restore this change before we continue. Hold on. Stash interactive? No. P patch. Okay. Okay, so git stash patch. There we go. So no, this one will stay. Split this one. No, this one will stay. Yes, this one will go. All right. Okay, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. And now I think it's GSTD. Yes. There you go. All right, cool. So this tiny change is now gone. Okay, so it kind of works. We have SBT, okay? What was it? P10K help segment. Wrong button. Over here. So I suggest that we just like grab this thing maybe. Actually, we should probably at this point we should stop messing around with power level 10K, and we should figure out how to actually get the version. Okay, so let's go to, well, let's go here. And I'm gonna go into here, and there is, project, build properties. Interesting, I didn't notice that it was updated. All right, there we go. Okay, so there's this thing. So how do we get it out? I don't remember if in this file there can be more lines. If you can put anything else in there, I don't think so, but just in case I'm wrong, you'll probably search for a line in a file. Okay. So bash, maybe we can search for the whole thing. Get part of line of file. Okay, so that's pretty much what we want. Extract a part of one line from a file with SCD. I want to read one part of one line from. Oh, look, it's like pretty much exactly what we need. For example, blah blah blah. I want to return a local host using SCD. Okay. AWK might be a better tool here. So if you have a file like this, search for lines that contain blah, print the last field. This doesn't depend on always being on line 3, which is probably a good thing. Okay, so AWK, okay, so you basically search was like a similar thing as SCD. And you do what? NF. Next field or something? I'm getting old. I have to zoom in. Depending on your application, you might need to make the regular expression more stringent. For example, you might want to match only that line that starts with POP3 server name. Yeah, not really, but fine. Less intuitive. Address line, okay. Okay, whatever. Like, this works for us. So all we need to do is we need to put like sbt.version, which probably escape the dot, and the file is project build.properties. Okay, so this gets the whole line. Why does it get the whole line? Only if you got spaces around this. It won't work for, exactly. You can change the delimiter used by from spaces to something else using -f. For instance, okay, so this is probably what we need. Okay, so I probably need this. Let's put it like here. Ta-da! We're programmers. Yeah, we can go to Stack Overflow and do stuff. All right. So this is what we need, and local SBT version equals, well, that thing, right? So it's like this, and this is actually kind of already, like, we don't need like any of these like states or any like weird stuff. I think we can just go here, right, and just do SBT version, because like if it's not there, probably this string is going to be empty, right? Let's go and see. Okay, something died. Cannot open file for reading no such file directory. Command not found SBT version. Is this not how you? Oh, okay. So first of all, like, we need like these things over here. This. Okay, so that at least we're not gonna see this error, right? So let's go again. Exactly. Okay. Probably we need quotes, right? Oh, okay. So it dies because it doesn't have the thing, the variable, right? So why don't we just do like this, right? Or empty, and wow, okay. Jesus, it breaks in such a weird way. Probably because like other settings are like below. Parse error near \n. Probably I should put this here, right? All right. So Probably it's not a good idea to do it like this. So before we do like all of these checks for like file exists and whatever, I kind of want it to work like this, right? So like if all hell breaks loose, then we do this. Then it still should like not like die in such a way, right? There was, so they do like something like this, for example, right? So what if we do like here, like this? Like what if it's like this? Okay, so it really does not like, oh, okay, look at this. Look at this. Why didn't you guys tell me about this? Like that, okay? So this is why it's like completely dying. Okay. So, permission denied. Okay, probably it's not a good idea to even call it like this, right? So let's call it like SV for now. Like this, right? Okay, command not found SV. So this means that this thing failed. Like, what if we do this, right? Command not found SV. Okay, so now at least it didn't like die completely. Okay, so again, like I'm not a bash expert, and they did like local variables here. Maybe I'm doing something ridiculous. So they do local size equals, okay, so I'm doing the same thing. I'm gonna do like local SV equals some stuff. Okay, so let's just go like this, like before doing something complicated. Let's do like 1.71, and let's just do like this. Okay, this is what you do when you have no idea about like bash and stuff. Okay, so like I thought I should be able to just do this, right? Like, can I not do just this? Okay, I can't. Okay, so this is how it works. All right, so, and now we go like this. Okay, so now something dies. Like what? Like what is happening here? Hold on. Why? Like, what did I do again so wrong that it was like, yeah, maybe we should start by going to a directory that actually contains a project. Okay, so this works. Okay, so it puts like 171 in there. Okay, so if everything's fine, it works. And if it dies, then it dies in a completely weird way. Why does it die in like a super weird way? Okay, let's try that thing. Come on, can I not like right click and like, how do I, what the hell? Like, this is still my freaking terminal, right? I should be able to right click. Okay, hold on. Can I do yank? Can I like paste it here? Okay, so now my prompt is broken. Okay, so let's go back to this for a second. Okay, so if I do this, echo SV, $SV. It's empty, right? So if I do that, like error. Okay, so that's wrong. How about here? Or error. So like the syntax highlighting thing already tells me, okay, command not found error. Why is it looking for a command like this? Oh, I should probably do something like echo error, right? That's how like return works, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, okay, so or, oh, hey man, how's life? Echo error for now, like this. All right, so there we go. We see error, perfect. We go to delete, we see like this, go back, see error, perfect. So now we just need to go there, delete inside these guys, and try again. What the hell? It doesn't like empty? Hold up, guys. My cat wants to come inside. Just give me a sec. What the hell is this button? There we go. All right. Are you active in Discord? You talking about me? Yeah, kind of. I mean, what do you mean active? Like, I'm subscribed to a bunch of servers, but all notifications are off. So unless somebody pings me, nothing happens. Hold up, guys. The queen is dead. What? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, the real queen. Yeah. Dude, don't change topics like this. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you active on Discord? The queen is dead. Like, how am I supposed to like get the context? All right. So maybe I should just like do this. How about this? Okay, like this is getting ridiculous. Like, why can't I just like echo an empty string? Okay, so maybe it doesn't allow like empty prompts. Right, you're from the UK. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I should say. Like, my condolences. I'm actually kind of curious. Like, does it I mean, does it affect people? I mean, obviously emotionally, but like, does it change anything? I mean, like, will just because like somebody else is now on the throne, like, does it? I don't even know like how much power did the queen actually have, or like whoever's in charge has. Like, can she just go and be like, okay, let's kill this person, or or whatever, can she just like change the law or something, like back in the day, with kings and queens. I never dug into it. This got darker fast, huh? Okay, so I feel like the issue is that there's something inside of the function that calls our function that checks that whatever is returned is empty, and if it is, it just dies on us, right? So as long as they have like error or something like this, right, then it's fine. But as soon as it's empty, it like dies. Okay. All right. So let's just assume that I'm right, and that this is how it works. Like, I guess we need something like, let me actually copy this whole thing. Jesus, how do I copy it? Like this, probably. Yes, thank you for pasting it in extremely weird way. Okay. Yeah, I'm all, yeah, I get that. I'm not even like, I don't know, arguing. I'm just like genuinely curious. By the way, this prompt course probably, I thought it's already inside as well. Then, like this. So what I'm doing now is basically just for like readability. Just so that we have like a working example thingy. Okay, and then they had like, let's like this, and then like that, like that. Okay, so like that, and then they had like that. Probably like, what the? Hold on, what? Is that again one of those weird thingies? Why is it not displayed on the same line? Like, this thing is freaking killing me, guys. Oh, a bunch of empty spaces. Where is this thing coming from? Where is the opening portion? Oh man, Bash is so weird. Okay, so this is the example that we have. Okay, so I guess we need to do something like, so in the end, size 1, like what is it, an array? Maybe it's an array. Okay, so basically if something goes wrong, I need to return. All right. This is gonna be a bug, right? So I'm gonna leave it in, okay? So let's go like this. Just copy this, bring it like here. Again, I don't know what Z stat is. shit. Okay, I didn't. Yeah, okay. Z-stat. Okay. Because there was also like this one thing that he did before the function was like this thing. What is like size plus size? Like what is this weird? What does like size even do? Size core? Size 1? Okay. So like can we just like, it says like no core file in the current directory. Why is he checking for file existence in such a weird way? Yeah, I'm using Byobu. It's a wrapper around Tmux. I have videos about it. Spelled like this, B-Y-O-B-U. Byobu. It's a wrapper around like either Tmux or Screen, but Tmux by default. I actually kind of encountered it before Tmux, and therefore I was like, that makes sense. But you know, you basically have like extra commands, like extra bindings, but also you still have, it's still Tmux underneath, right? So you can still do, what is it called? Control A question mark. Yeah, so you still have like all the Tmux commands and stuff. Let's look into my ZSHRC. Like, I don't know why he's checking in such a weird way if a file exists. Like, this is how you check if a file exists, right? Like this, right? No, I'm not recording anything. Get out. Bad FMP ZSHRC. Yeah, so let's copy. I don't know. I should remove this thing. I'm not using it anyway. Like this. Okay, so if like project build.properties, then so if it exists, then do this, right? So the way he did it was like else return and stuff, right? Like over here, he did it like inside of the if. Okay, so I need to go like else return, and then finish the. Okay. And like I don't know why he did it like this, right? So, oh yeah, by the way, this is how you do arrays. Yeah, so size is an array. Let's see if it works like this. It does. Okay, so if I go into here, it's like 171. If I go back, it's like this. Perfect. Okay. So this is good. We obviously just need to like fix the colors and blah. Yeah, I wanted to do like the ZSHRC. Have you tried tramp mode in Emacs? I've actually never tried Emacs. Kind of never had the need. I'm also not part of this whole war of like Emacs versus Vim, like whatever. Like Emacs could be better for all I know. Okay, look, it says bug. Why does it say bug? Is it because it's still? It's probably it's the previously loaded thing. Yeah, so we should probably close this one. All right, so it's kind of done, right? And here it has like some state. Okay, so we're not gonna have state. Okay, so all we need is, so we probably need to, do we need the background color? Okay, hold on. If I do background color like 207, hold on. We should probably be in here and do P10KZSH, right? SPT. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to see this. Okay, so this is what I suspected, right? So you give it the background color, but because it knows that I'm using this setting that doesn't use the that has this like minimalistic view, then it just doesn't display it. This is actually so cool. It's kind of like I was super worried about like all of these like different like styles and stuff. But if it's like this, then it's great. All right. So it's basically a SSH inside Emacs, and then you can use your local Emacs stuff to change stuff remotely. Nice. I heard that NeoVim also got some remote stuff. I'm not an expert in NeoVim. Here's the thing. Like, I would love to switch completely to NeoVim, or like in Vim in general, but it's gonna be NeoVim. But like when I was learning it, which was a couple of years ago, I sat down like twice for like a week and I configured like everything to my liking. And then I tried to use it, and there were still a couple of things that I was just not comfortable doing it. So eventually I kind of went back to like VS Code. And then like 2 months later, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to Vim. Like this time I'm gonna stick to it. I went back to Vim again, was using it again. I had something that stopped me from using it. And then I stopped configuring it, but I was like very comfortable, like, not configuring Vim, but like very comfortable using Vim inside of one file. I was like, okay, I'm like fast enough to how I was like, how I previously was like multiple cursors and whatever. And I was like, okay, this time, like, let's try to like emulate Vim in VS Code. And then I tried a couple of emulations, didn't like any of them. And so right now, like usually I use a VS Code was embedded in Vim, right? It's just that like whenever I have like only one file, like I just open it in Vim. Like as you can see, for example, I have like this thing that like was broken like forever. Like, why is this thing here? Like maybe today, if I'm not lazy, we're gonna look into it and I'll fix it. But it was like bothering me. And also, I had like one like I took like Chris Kip's dot files at some point, just like dumped them into mine. So now it's a mess. So basically, I never went back to like doing it like properly from scratch. And then I learned a little bit of Nix, and then I was like, yo, like I should probably do it like with Nix and stuff, like installing like plugins and stuff with Nix, and I never got into that. And then I was like, okay, fuck, whatever, I'm just gonna leave it like this. And so for now, I'm like happy with VS Code, and inside of it was embedded Neovim. Okay, but like not even a day goes by that I'm like, I should configure my Neovim. But yeah, eventually. Yeah, Lunar Vim is nice. Yeah. You know what I tried yesterday? I'm actually going to show you. Hold up. So Nix has a concept of flakes, and a couple of people have like flakes for NeoVim, right? So if I do this, right, in a folder that has like a Scala project. By the way, this is a different WSL distribution. Okay, so if I go to like blah blah blah, okay, and I do this this thing, right? First of all, it's gonna download like 2 GB of stuff, but I already did it, so it's not gonna do any of it. It's just gonna like give me this NeoVim thing, right? So again, like completely like already configured, and I have no idea how to use it, and whatever, source main, right? And then like this is another thing, right, that like reminds me, okay, well, they have tree sitter, and tree sitter, like there's no grammar for Scala 3, right? So it looks like shit, you know? Yeah, Nix is awesome. It's just such a deep rabbit hole. Okay, get out of here, and I don't even need this thing. Let's bring the keyboard. Yeah, so I've been using Nix for like, I don't know, half a year maybe, and I'm still relatively like newbie in it, but I do use it as a package manager, right? So like everything that I have installed here, look, like all of this stuff I have installed with Nix. So for now I'm using Nix only pretty much as a package manager. So I like globally install stuff, and like in the Nix community this is usually frowned upon anyway, because it's like imperative, you know. I just say nix env -i for install, and I give it what to install. I believe they're working on something like that, but no, you don't really need UI for this, because like it's like if you use it how I use it, which is just as a package manager, then you know it's like using it as any other package manager. You know, there's like channels, and you update the channels and blah. Like for example, like if I open my ZSHRC, there is there's a prompt called Starship. So like this basically says like, hey, if I have Starship installed, then please use the Starship prompt. I think you have some videos on there. No, I don't have any videos about Nix yet. I want to understand it a little bit better before I make videos about it. Right, so like this part of code says, okay, if you have the Starship installed, then a snippet of code in its ZSH. Okay, so if I go like this, right, so this is basically the install command. Okay, so now I have Starship, right, same as with any other package manager. And so if I do this, it's going to run this thing, and it should have run this thing. I don't know why it doesn't do this. Maybe it's because I'm using P10K, and somehow it collides with that thing. I'm actually super curious now. Okay, so it was because it was P10K. Okay, so see, like Starship has a very similar concept to Power Level 10K, but Power Level 10K is just a theme for ZSH. Starship is a prompt that is first of all shell agnostic, so it works for Bash, it works for ZSH, it works for Fish, and second of all, like, you know, it's not just a theme, right? So basically, like if I now go uninstall it, right? So if I, again, like as you would with any other package manager, right? Then, you know, when I load my thing, now this is just a regular, you know, in the loop theme. Okay, so did I do something crazy Nix specific right now? No, I basically forgot about the whole promise of Nix, about these hermetic builds and reproducibility, and I was just like, hey, like this is like a nice way to get into Nix. and I kind of stand by it, right? This is a really good way to get into Nix. And the other way like I use it is by at work we use the Nix shells. I can talk a little bit about it if you're interested, but yeah, Nix shells are amazing, and we're gonna replace them with flakes at some point as well. What did I want to do? We can close this one. All right. So I believe right now, like, we pretty much need to like theme it a little bit, figure out what to do with these stupid icons. So I am using, yeah, exactly, immediately. I am using, so if you go to like font.devinsidey.com, it redirects to the nerd font patched version of Fira code. So this is the one that I'm using because I'm on Windows, right? So this is literally the one that I'm using. And if we Google like nerd fonts, and we can search for an icon. Obviously there's nothing for SBT, right? Search, there's nothing. Just as an experiment, there has to be Scala. So is this, okay? So if I copy the icon, like what did it actually copy? Okay, that's probably just, just to see what's, wow, okay. Do we need like this? Like this? Okay, this was like way easier than I thought it would be. Okay. Obviously the orange is horrible. And also it's kind of confusing that, this is not the Scala version, this is the SBT version. We could just like write SBT, right? Maybe it's better. Let's see, SBT Scala. Okay, so they have this like super ugly brown. Oh, don't make me use this brown. Because like I wanted to use like their color, right? But who chose this ugly brown? Do you use JetBrains stuff as your main code editor at work? No, I don't. So I have a video called "Do All Roads Lead to Vim," where I talked about all the editors that I used in the past, and it's all white so people don't see a comment this way. They do. And I did C# as an intern at some point, and in Visual Studio Code didn't exist back then. Hold up. So in Visual Studio, they used to have a plugin called ReSharper. They had like a paid license, and it was from JetBrains. And I was like a Java/Scala guy at this point already anyway, but I couldn't find a Scala internship. And I was looking for Java as well, but whatever happened first. So I was in C#, and life is too short to program without this thing, without ReSharper. And I heard that they also have a plugin for Eclipse called IntelliJ IDEA. And so I Googled it and I realized, oh damn, it's not a plugin. It's its own IDE. And back then, which was 2011 or something like this, back then there was no community edition and I was a student. So I didn't switch to IntelliJ IDEA because this was not an option. Like years later, when it became kind of like the primary Scala thing, I tried it a couple of times, but it was just so heavy. At this time, I was using Sublime Text actually. Like compared to Sublime Text, it's just like IntelliJ is such a behemoth. And also, I didn't like the fact that it lied to me because it used its own presentation compiler. So it had like false positive, it had false negatives. This is, by the way, something that pisses me off about Metals, by the way, because it was supposed to like never lie to you, but sometimes it still doesn't clear diagnostics for some reason. In fact, this was the primary reason why they didn't use SBT as a build server and they built Bloop, because SBT was not clearing the diagnostics fast enough. So they used Bloop, it solved the problem. And now, like, I don't know, years later or something, if I do something too fast, like sometimes the diagnostic is still there. You guys hear my cat? Like, this is a very specific way of meowing that she does when she wants to play. When I heard it the first time, I was like, what is happening? Like, is my cat dying? Anyway, she's fine. Don't care. Don't worry. Okay. Open image in new tab. Oh, like, who chose this freaking brown? Why? Maybe it's not gonna look that bad, actually. Let's see. So I believe somewhere, I don't actually remember where it was. Maybe it's just like here. Yeah, here, like this thing. Actually, I thought I had a thingy that allowed me to like yank and paste. Okay, great. Cool. So this thing will print out all the colors. Okay, so what is the closest thing to this brown? It doesn't even have this ugly brown. It's so ugly, it doesn't even have it. Oh my god. Okay. Well, it has this. It's close to that ugly brown. Dark ones are here, still not brown. I guess we're gonna, I guess we're gonna go with the Scala colors. Like, this is probably too much, right? Yeah, like, it looks like an actual poo-poo. Also known as shit. Okay, Scala Lang. ScalaLang.org. All right, so this red is, so this is too much, right? Let's actually go put it here like this. No, not here. Here. All right. So they have a gradient there anyway. Okay, so it only gets darker. Okay, so this is the brightest one that we have. Like 196 is the closest one to Scala. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go with 196. Yeah. It was here. All right, so where were we? Here. Okay, so let's go with like 196. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Very red. Like, actually, if it's just the numbers, it's not so bad. Like, in fact, like the Scala logo looks amazing in this red. Yeah, it's just that it does look good. The problem is that it's very shiny. I don't want it to be like so eye-catchy, because like I don't care about the SBT version every day. It's more like, again, like if you're switching between like from one project to another project, which, by the way, what do we have here? Doppler example. Second demo. Man, they're probably all up to date. Oh, 0 to do, maybe that one. Right. So when you're switching between projects like this, it's sometimes good to know which version it is, but like because it's so rad, like everybody's gonna be like, whoa. Well, everybody means me, right? Because it's overridable, right? So the way I understand, like the way I understand this is that like I'll be able to like send a PR like for the, and then somebody will be able to go and do, where did I have this here, right? So they will be able to put this thing, like somewhere like this, right? And they will be able to go, okay, so habit like this. Okay, so change to underscore like SBT version, right? And it will be like 208, right? So if we go like this, yeah, see, so like people will be able to override it anyway. Okay. Maybe because people will be able to override it anyway, maybe because of this, we can leave it as rad. Question about Scala. Any negative about the language or any limitations? Where do I start? Specifically about the language, it's very flexible. So if you're not, disciplined, if you don't have like already a couple of years of experience, you will go in and you'll be like, oh my God, I can do this. I want to use it everywhere. Like one particular feature. Like people love implicits. People love pattern matching. Like it's like, oh my God, pattern matching is so powerful. I want to use it everywhere. So yeah. So this is one thing. Another thing is that it's like a mix of object-oriented and functional. So what can happen is that like you can program in Scala for like 2 years, and then you switch a company, and then all of a sudden, they also do Scala, right? But then you look at the code and you like literally cannot read it. It can actually be so different. Also, because it has like so much power, and it has like these alphanumeric, not alphanumeric, like beyond alphanumeric identifiers. You can create libraries that like, there have been like poems written in Scala. So yeah, you can do like really crazy things and make Scala look nothing like Scala. Yeah. Apart from that, like specifically about the language, like people say it's complicated. I learned it as a student, so I don't know. Like I learned it as a student, so why would it be complicated if a student figured it out? I'm not some freaking genius, right? It just happened. By the way, how many of you guys are here? Like, I haven't checked. Wow, a lot. Yeah. By the way, don't forget to hit the like button. It actually helps out the stream a bit. Let me actually check something. Someone sent me something on Discord somewhere. Okay, it's probably like one of you joined. Okay. Yeah, no, it's nothing like brain fuck. It's not that bad. Okay, so what are we gonna do about the Scala logo, right? Because it's not the Scala version, we cannot leave it there. What do we just write as BT? Because I think it said something that I would need to escape my quotes. This like that. Let's see. Okay. See, because it's like if it's just like written text, it's actually not so bad. And SBT is so short that maybe it's even better than the icon. Also put like a V in here. Charles Hoskinson from Cardano recommended Scala as the best language of these days. Well, best for what? Like in terms of like interesting? Absolutely. Like to this day, I think Scala is the most interesting programming language, easily. Most interesting, most fun to program in. When you're building things yourself. Yeah, it is general purpose. It found its niche though in backend web development and anything related with related to data. I have a crash course, by the way, if you're interested. So how much experience do you have in some other language? If you have like, I don't know, a year or two in something like JavaScript, watch my crash course and then you know Scala. Ah, cool. Glad you liked it. 4 years. Yeah, you're perfect. I think we talked already, right? JS. Yeah, you're the perfect target audience for this. All right. So what are we gonna do with this thing? Like, are we like done? Like, at least for us, it's like cool. It's done. I'm a bit worried about the icon. We could just put an S, but like, who's gonna know what an S is? Also, technically, we could also, like, if it's a mill project, for example. I don't know how mill does versions. I pretty much never used mill properly. Scala mill. I don't want to dig like too deep into this, but in there. Okay, so there's this. Take the time to work on larger personal projects. I'm trying to, and if I do, then it's all going to be on stream. So basically the answer is no. Like I have, here's the thing. And by the way, Prime said this recently. A senior engineer should have a lot of projects, a lot of ideas of projects to build, but no time to build them. This is not how he phrased it. Basically, the idea was that, yeah, basically it's the same thing. Basically, he was complaining about like seniors who stop programming, something like this. So he was like, okay, they're not like seniors anymore, so to say. Yeah, so basically, I'm in this boat. I have like millions of ideas and no time to build them. The mill file has a version number embedded within it, which you can update simply by editing the script. Bootstrap scripts are also used for ML and CI, ensuring that your Jenkins has the correct version of ML. You find it hard to come up with cool ideas. They don't need to be cool. Just build something. For learning functional language concepts. Have you seen the Red Book? The Red Book, I have a review about it. It's written in such a way that you pretty much like have to do the exercises, like this one. Oh, by the way, this is my review. Yeah. So yeah. So if you are struggling about like functional stuff, like this is what you need. Specifically for learning functional areas. Yeah. Okay. So I guess something dealing with race conditions with Akka would be nice. Wait, you're jumping ship again. Like you were talking about functional programming. Now you're talking about race conditions in Akka. Mail version. That's what we're doing. From downloading and installing new versions of Mail globally, there are a few ways of selecting updating your Mail version. Create a Mail hot version file to specify the version you wish to use over the version of Mail specified in the Mail script. Yeah, you can use Scala, yeah. Oh man. So essentially it's either the variable, or they also have a file. Okay, I'm not a Mail user yet. When I will start using Mail, if I start using Mail, I'll check this out. I can't remember the details, but I guess with Akka design and using FP stuff, you can't get race conditions, and that's why I mentioned it. Oh, no, you can. This is the thing, you know, like with JVM and everything, you can still have memory leaks, you can still have race conditions, you can have all of that stuff. In fact, it's very easy to shoot yourself in the foot. What should we do? So assuming that we're kind of like done for now, we should probably also pick some background color. When you say RT, do you mean referential transparency? Oh, good. Okay. Well, real time is a vague term these days. You can get pretty fast on the JVM as well. Obviously not as fast as like native code, but really depends on, because like again, like Scala found its niche on the back end, and over there usually IO is a bottleneck and not the CPU. Not always. Like sometimes you actually have heavy CPU things, but even there, I believe it performs actually kind of fine. Oh wow. Okay. What is your work thing written in? Okay, so we need the background color also. Need to understand the script real quick. Java, Spring, and Python. Yeah. I mean, if you have an application that needs a lot of concurrency, and you write it in Java without some Java concurrency framework, yes, it's very likely. Or in fact, in any other language without a concurrency framework. Yeah, so if you need concurrency, like check out like one of the functional libraries like Zio or Cat's Effect. Akka, like first of all, like right now they changed their license, so it's like a big thing that people are discussing in the community. But apart from that, you don't really need actors unless you need distribution. Unless you're using something that is built on top of actors where you don't even see actors, like Kafka or Spark or even Akka streams. That's a different story. If you want that, you can use that. Apparently, like Akka streams are still faster than anything else in the Scala community, Scala ecosystem rather. Hold on, let me check my phone. Yeah, it's funny actually. On Telegram, people are asking like what I think about the Akka situation. Yeah, like as I mentioned, like everybody's talking about it. Actually, I should create a to answer. All right. It would have been nice to have something that works simply out of the box. Yeah, take Zio. Zio works out of the box. They paid a lot of attention to it just working out of the box. Okay. 0 to 255, which is an I. So they print out the number. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, so there's a square and then there's a number. Like this probably is K, probably this is a cube. And then there's a small k. What? essentially what I want to do is I want to print out like something in Bash, just like print it out. Was like one background color and one foreground color. Maybe I can just Google it. Thinking about using Golang for simplicity. Well, it really depends. Like, how big is your team? Like, what do they know? What's the project? Echo Bash colors. Okay, so I know how to do that. How do I mix the background color and the foreground color though? Okay, so let's go like this, for example. Okay. Also, these are ANSI codes. Thanks, man. Have fun. I don't understand this. Like, this 3 is probably because they're creating cube. I6. Like, how are they generating this thing? I don't get it. Like, my Bash is not good enough to understand that stuff. Red looks good on. Maybe we just shouldn't specify the background. That's it. Like this. Okay, so for now, because it's going to be just for me, no, it's fine. Just for me, it's fine like this. So I'm going to leave it like this for me for now. Okay. So we can remove like that crap. And that one. All right. So if we look at my dot files and we see what I changed. Okay, so I just put like SBT version in there, which is in the wrong spot, by the way, and I added the function. All right. Actually, I think it's gonna look sick if it's gonna be on the other line. Right? So if we go to like what, like 100 something. So if it's like a new line and then SBT version, I think it's gonna look super dope. What do you guys think? Check it out. That's actually not terrible at all. Maybe we can use some sort of like SBT is a build tool. Like maybe we can use some icon for building stuff, right? Like build. car. Like a crane, like sound like a crane. Is this how you spell crane? Yes. Construct. Vehicle. Car. Like I'm looking for, what's it called? Like a bugger, something like this. Bugger vehicle. No, that's not it. That like looks funny. I didn't know it was a thing. Construction vehicle. Yeah, like something like this. How's it called? Something like an excavator, maybe. Or maybe excavator. Show all icons. I mean, we can like, it's like thousands and thousands of icons. Like that looks cool. Grunt's logo looks cool. I think the Starship uses S for Scala. You know, maybe we'll see something that like reminds of like building a tool, you know, like a building construction thing. Like a range. You know, like that thing. Is it called a range? Maybe you should search for range. Range. Yeah. So maybe we can duplicate this one. Yeah, maybe this one. For now, that's the best thing that we have. So let's go and try. Oh, it's so cute. I like it. Let's also have a look in Windows Terminal. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Let's try this other one. Oh, this one has a space. Interesting. Okay, so it's probably designed to be like on the right side of something. Okay. All right. Let's go with this, guys. Like, I really like this one. So it's SBT, you know, it's a build tool. I don't know if I want it on the second line or not. I don't know. All right. So let's leave it like this for now. And find. Now let's put it back to like here. Okay. So let's go like this. SBT version, and what is it? SBT Scala. All right. So for me, like, this is good enough. It's done. It's cool. So we're going to search like super quick. How easy it is to contribute something to power level 10K. And also, like, even if it's easy, we're still not gonna do this today, because like, and this is an advice that I have for you guys, like, if you're building tools or anything, dog food it for a bit. Like, there's no pressure, like, you know, swallow your ego. There's no pressure, there's no deadlines, there's nothing. Like, I really hate it when open source projects like come out like with a new version, for example, right? And then it's like broken, like because it's not like work, right? Like there's no manager breathing down your neck, right? There's not like, you know, if you're not sure, just like take more time, fix it, you know. Like, what happened to quality in software development? We're like assumed that it's like fine, that, you know, there's like bugs everywhere. Okay, so contribute. Really, that's it? Okay, pull request. Let's see a pull request. Add support for poetry virtual environment. To configuration variables. Okay, so this is not exactly like another prompt. So what, you just go and like submit a PR and that's it? Okay, so see, so he also like went like all over the place and did like a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so he just... Okay, so for lean, he basically disabled... not all of them. Project only. Okay. So he not okay. So first of all, like he didn't just like add a function. He also added it in such a way that it's not commented out. That would be sick, you know. Like we just like do this thing, and then all of a sudden, like everybody who uses power level 10K, like all of a sudden it's gonna be enabled for them. Obviously, they will be able to like go inside and disable it. Or actually, is this how it works? Like when it gets updated, like it's not gonna automatically update my file, right? But still, like at least like new people who would install power level 10K would be enabled by default. Like I'm kind of curious to see like if people will just like accept this PR. Okay, so he did like different settings for like the rainbow and lean, right? Okay, or did he do the same thing for everyone? Okay, so he goes false, false, true. False, false, true. Okay, this one is not even his, so he just goes like false, true. False, true. False, true. This is the actual. Okay, so he just did it for all themes. Same thing. Same defaults. So ours is even simpler. Okay, segment to display, poetry versus information, blah blah blah. Okay. From poetry. Why is he doing like P9K? Oh wow. So it's also like somehow like P9K compatible. Anyway, so I'm very curious what is going to happen to this PR. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say subscribe. And we'll see like if they say, oh, you know, change this, change that. And because there's no information about like contributing, right? FAQ. Update and install help aspects you're using, how to configure, initialize, export for similar change. All right, wasn't browsing appear and disappear. This one is good. I'm gonna click into that. Well, actually, I'm super curious. Forked. After a week-long discussion, our dimension was a large user base and release cycle measured in months. Performance improvements and new features at much higher pace. Independent projects. Virtually all code products has been rewritten. There's currently no meaningful overlap between implementations. So add indefinitely. This commit covers all various parameter recognizable. Wow. Wow. I'm really curious what happened there. Okay, so it's this guy, he started it. Profile optimizing. Wow. Very interesting. Hold on. Okay, so you don't see who is the owner. And you're aware that the whole code base is being rewritten for 070. Your functions are based on the master current branch for word and process migrate. Okay. Nobody know that. Large margin. Okay, so probably at some point they were like arguing, right? In the end. Where's like... This is the first time power level 10K was mentioned. I've renamed my fork since I likely that my changes are going to be upstreamed. I made it clear, but I wanted to use a separate name to be able to refer to my code easily. I wrote decent documentation with benchmarks comparing. I urge you to take a look. We're not against. Happy to collaborate. All major platforms. Okay, so he just kept pushing the fork. Like what happened? Because like this project completely died at some point. Splitting the community. Rather than splitting the community. Yeah, this is where the argument started. This is crazy, right? Like it happens sometimes, right? So they went their own way, and then probably over time, like people just started using power level 9K. Hundreds of thousands of users, handful of core developers, and then it just died. Just a hobby. Welcome your involvement and participation. Okay, so in the end they were kind of like many changes compared to. And that's it. So he was just like no longer interested, even though they were kind of open, but he just like kept working on his fork, and he changed it so much that it was just like it didn't make any sense anymore. And now, like pretty much exactly 3 years later, power level 9K is dead. Deprecated and now unmaintained. Please use power level 10K. How crazy is this? They had a hobby thing, they had it going, and they were replying too slowly or something, and then wow. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, so at least for me, I don't need the background color. Maybe one day we'll contribute this. Let's see real quick again how it looks like. Looks good. Here it just doesn't display anything. Here it does. So we're gonna go to dots, we're gonna go GAPAA, and yes, well no, split this one, can't. Okay, yes, yes, no, and we're gonna say that this is a feature. I never do this for my dot files, but this one, like you guys can just grab it if you want. For now it's gonna be just mine for a bit, but in terms of licensing you can just copy paste. And SBT version 2 P10K. Okay, and that one is just like what is left is just like housekeeping. Yeah. So, so if you guys want, my dot files, you know, if you go to .files.devinsider.com, you're gonna end up in the same repo, right? It's the same thing. And if you press T for searching and you go for P10K, you're gonna find it over here. And I guess if you go to history, you're gonna see this. And like this is all you need to make it work. All right. That's pretty much it. I want to do the same thing for a tool called Doppler, but let me see. Where's things? Where things go there? Maybe I'll do this another time because it's kind of late. But yeah. So you guys still here? Don't forget to hit the like button so that more people stumble on the stream, even though it's ending. But yeah, I really want to stream more, but I just can't. I just don't have time. But I love to me, like watching streams and streaming myself is almost like the same level of pleasure. Can we actually rate someone? Did YouTube change this in such a way that I can rate whoever I want? No, I can't. All right, so I guess this is it. yeah, so that was 11 motorcycles. Okay, so we're pretty much done. Just because I want to look at it again. I want to go there, and there was another one that had 0 to do, right? So if I go like 0 to do, it's like 162. Ooh, I also wanted to build a thing that like tells me that there is that it's not the latest version. And this is where we can use the state thing, right? Remember, and this is what I told you like half an hour ago. I said like don't like open PRs, like dog food it for a little bit, and you'll like come up with ideas. You know how when you have like git changes or something, like it shows like we would display like an arrow up or something like this. Oh no, this would be technically like an arrow down, sort of like with git. You know, it would say like, hey, there are like upstream changes. You know, do you want to pull them? So it would like display like a tiny arrow down over there. Where would we get the latest SBT version though? Obviously, we're not going to do any of that stuff now. But we are going to do this. I really want to do this. Okay, so again, like Scala SBT. Why is it? How did it go to 500? Download. Okay. Okay. Could we grab it from here? Okay, so it's on GitHub, just releases and stuff. Copy link address. Okay, so it has the latest. Right, so yeah, so basically we would go to latest. It would redirect us to something like this, and this is how we would know that 171 is the latest. Right. Hold on. So I like copy this and I curl that. I probably need like -L for redirects. Yeah, there we go. Curl get redirect URL. Why are we here? I didn't want to be here. Curl get redirect URL. There we go. Follows redirect silent mode. What to output after completion. Okay, so it's basically that. That's not what I wanted to press. I want it like this. Awesome. So this would be this thing, and then, right. So this would be like URL equals like local URL equals obviously like this. Come on. What is happening? Why does it do this? Did I? I don't know what just happened. Really have no idea how. What? Okay. echo URL. Yeah, so this is going to be the URL, and then we're going to do the same trick that we did was this thing. I wonder if we can do like this. Do we need to escape front slashes? Probably we do, because this is maybe there's an easier way to do what I'm doing right now. But let's just like hack a little bit. Tag slash another slash, and we're gonna say split it by V. What is where is this backspace coming from? Okay, so this needs to be can it be like this? Can it be echo URL? All URL? Can it be $URL type into that thing? Echo URL type into that thing. There we go. We got it. Wow. I am sure that I'm going to forget how to do this. So we're going to put it in. No, P10K ZSH. SBT version. Okay, so local URL equals this. Okay, and local latest SV equals that, which is that. Okay. And for now, let's just go like this. Like I just want to see it. All right, let's see. It worked. All right. Damn it. I guess we're finishing this. Okay. SBT, no, not SBT. Bash compare strings. How to compare strings in bash. Oh my god, really? A full freaking article? Okay, give me examples. Okay. Good enough. Oh my God. Oh. All right. So if equals latest, then we need to look up how this was done with that state thing. Okay. I actually don't really understand like what this ass will do, right? Like state. Purpose of applying styling options. If you want to be able to use for a 9K parameter specific from colors or icons depending on some property, use different states for different values. Oh, so this is for the environment variables. Right. I get it. Makes sense. Okay, so they need to have names. Okay. Right. This totally makes sense. Okay. So then this one is local state equals up to date. This one is not up to date. Okay. And so we go like this and we just say -s. Like this. And so right now it's not gonna do anything, but if we had these variables, then it would do something, right? So right now it just does the same way, right? By the way, we should go like this, right? Okay, but now it like has this state. So if we were to go over here, example customization, why are they all power level? Why 9K? Why is it not 10K? Okay. Identify expansion. This is like almost what we need. So just for simplicity, let's start with like this one. Okay, so let me type it out. Here. Okay. So basically after this, we go like this, and then we say change to this, and we're gonna say SBT version, and then we go like this, and then we say if it's not up to date, then the foreground is going to become orange. It worked. It worked. I finally made something that worked. Okay, so we can't. Okay, first of all, let me try. Let me try to put a 10 here and see if it still works. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, so it has to be a 9. Okay. So now I want to try this visual identifier content override icon when protected. Okay, so this is essentially what I want to do. Do I want to keep it red? Yeah, I want to keep it red. I just want to go here and I want to say visual identifier expansion equals, let's for now just like grab this thing. Okay, it kind of works, but again, like it happened again that we pasted like an icon from that thing and it was just like completely garbage. Okay. Also, okay, so, oh my God, everything is broken. Okay, so like this. Okay. All right, cool. So let's try arrow. So I kind of want to like a down arrow. I was looking for an arrow with like dots, but let's try, maybe it depends on my font. So let's try this one. Like this. It works. How cool is this, guy? So see, it has like this down arrow, right? And if we go to a project that has, I don't know, like second demo, right? So it's like this, right? So basically, like based on this thing, you know, hey, there's actually another version that you could like get. I just want a better arrow. So let's see this one. It obviously depends on the font. Yeah, I don't think that this one is better. No, this one is horrible. Also, we probably need a space. I actually kind of want to get the ones from, like the ones that Git is using. Okay, last thing, let's try this one. Let's have a space. This is not too bad, but it doesn't even look like an arrow. Right, so if we go to dots and like if we like whip it, so see, like I want one of these arrows. Let me get this arrow. It's an up arrow, but still. Actually, can I search? Perfect. I'm a genius. Yes. Amazing. Um, hmm. How does Git do this again? Like in terms of like spacing, it puts it next to the thing. So maybe this should be part of the text. I wonder if it can, like, can it do this? If it can do this, I'm impressed. It cannot. So it cannot, it doesn't see this from the thing. Because it's local. Is it because it's local? Okay, but maybe it's not necessary. So essentially what I'm trying to do is I want to put this arrow closer to the text, right? So I want to put like arrow down and then 1.62. This will save us some space. What was it? Content expansion. Okay, so there's probably, expansion is probably going to be afterwards. Right? So how would you do before? Actually, they also have a condition thing. Empty, after parameters, amplitude, the segment is hidden. Oh, okay, we don't need that. Okay, so we need to look for expansion. VIINS content expansion. Okay. Let's just go like expand. Maybe it's like this, prefix. Let's try like that. Just like a little bit of guessing. So, prefix. If this just works, then I'm a genius. Okay, it does work, but it becomes the prefix even before. It becomes a prefix of the whole thing. What if go like this. Okay. What am I doing? It's probably visual identifier prefix, right? Visual. Oh no, visual identifier prefix is probably what it is by default. So let's just guess and do like text prefix. Okay, time to Google P9K text prefix. Okay, P10K. Yeah, we should probably also do my. Let's do this one real quick before we forget. Okay, so this is my SBT version. This is my SBT version, and here. My SBT version. Okay. So we didn't break it yet, did we? No, we're good. Customize. Content. It's not text. Content. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. Come on. No. First of all, like this one worked. Let's see if it works with like my SPT version. Okay, so this is on the issue. Okay, let's search for content. What is VIINS? Oh, insert. Oh, it's VI insert VI command. Wow, okay. What's this? A content expansion? Does nobody do like content prefix? Oh wow, what is this? Is this like string substitution and stuff? Oh no, this is truncation. It has to be content prefix, right? Like, what is the opposite of expansion? E10K, opposite of expansion. Prefix, what was it? Or expansion. Generic parameter that works for all prompt segments. Exactly, so it should have worked. Here, this one, content prefix, it should have worked. Maybe it did work and I just didn't see it. No, where is it? Blah. Here. Wasn't here. No. Is there like prefix? Hold on, where did he say like here? Prefix is a generic parameter that works for all prompt segments. Simply replace dir with the name of the segment you want to specify the prefix for. Note that you don't need it for context because the current doesn't have prefix before. Okay, so probably can only be for the entire thing. Host prefix. Okay, yeah, so this thing already worked. Right, so if we just do prefix, like this worked, right here. Yeah, I saw this working, but it's before the icon. Oh man, this is so silly. Also, why are they working with context? Okay, because they called it context. Ah, duh. Okay, maybe it's not possible. man. Prefix just for text. Yeah. That's not it. Oh man, Google, come on, I want the prefix in there. It's just content prefix. Wait. Multiline. It should be like a text prefix. Well, we tried this, it didn't work. Pressed it twice accidentally. Visual edit. Oh, I mean, Jesus, I'm just guessing. Let's try visual text. It's ridiculous. Okay, also we have it to do that, you know, if we don't have internet connection, that it should still be fine. So which one was the best? Probably this one. Oh, by the way, this expansion actually replaced the whole thing. Hold on. If we do a content expansion equals test, is it going to replace the whole text? Doesn't do shit. Not because we do visual. It replaces the whole text. So what if we do, I think we tried this, right? Yeah, so it doesn't expand it. There is probably a way to access the result or something. Is it just star? %star. Like this. Okay. That example was way too literal. Is it maybe text? The T is probably time. So content. Why do I have to guess it? Like, what's that was the documentation? B10K, access, result, and expansion. Is it maybe like a function thing? Like this? No idea what I'm doing. So this whole thing would replace the entire content. What am I doing? I can just go here, right? I can just go like this. Like that. Problem solved. Yeah. Man, was this a waste of time. Jesus. The only thing is that, like, if I don't have, like, if I don't have internet, and actually, before I get into this shit, hold on. Oh man, I really need to go. let's see how fast we can do this. So if this is like exit 1, right? What? Okay. Hold on. No. Then the strings are not the same. Damn it. I need something. If I do like exit 1, okay, it just goes. Hold on. Okay. Let's check if command exits was 0. Oh, really? So are they saying that I can do like if I should have committed? Okay. Yeah, so if you're around, is it gonna work like this? Then echo good, else echo bad. Also, I should probably cache the versions. Man. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're in bash, so we need to close this thing. Command found URL. Okay. So I think it works now, right? It's just that it dies over here, right? Latest SV. Hold on, it says like 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, it's here. Oh, okay. Okay. What if we just go over here and we say or, and we go like this. Why did I do it like that? Well, basically, yeah, this is the idea. What if I do this? No, what the hell am I doing? It needs to be like or. we're just gonna do empty. Yeah, we're just gonna do empty. Right? So we're just gonna go like this. Echo empty. And yeah, so basically here, or equals an empty string. Okay. So bash or. I thought you can do this in. Yeah, okay, so we need to do this. Okay. All right. So we need this. We need that. Okay. So basically, if URL equals like empty string or bash check if string is empty. Okay, so we can do it like this. Return true if a bash variable is unset or set to an empty string. Okay, so we can just do like -z. Okay, so I think we can do that, right? Yes. And I think we don't even need this. Exactly. So now if it just dies, we also need to do this dev null thing. It seems like it did it automatically. It's interesting. Okay, so like this, it says like, hey, there's a new version. Otherwise, yeah, it's not too bad, except for the fact that it, it does an extra request. So we should probably cache it somewhere. I think P10K caches stuff. P10K cache. Cache. Actually, I found something interesting about DRENV. Wow. Should try this thing one day. Oh. Maybe it will solve my issues. Anyway, to do. Cache this. All right, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Dots, gun whip. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so let's shove it into that one. Like this. No, hold on. What? No. Like that. Hold on, what is happening? There we go. Yep. All right. So no. This one. Okay. Yeah, so this way, like this whole thing is gonna be like one commit. Okay, so b10k history. And there we go. So this is what we did today. We took 3.5 hours, Jesus Christ. All right, guys, so we're good. So it's all good here, it's all good here. Close this one, close that one. Oh, I didn't see the range in the Windows terminal. Z0 to. It's the same, kind of boring. Actually, it looks worse. So weird. Okay, so this curl takes quite a bit of time. Did you see? It slows everything. Slows everything down a little bit. I think over here it's more responsive, right? Yeah, you see this? It's way faster than this. Yeah, so we definitely need to cache this thing. Check it once, I don't know, once an hour or something like this. Some other time. It's good enough. It's good enough, good enough, good enough. So yeah, so if we do like enter, 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 and if we go dots, GL, and now it's like enter. Okay, so now like this is not a not an SBT directory, but this one. Okay, hold on. Okay, so it's fast like this. What if we go like this? Then it takes a bit to load, takes a bit to load, takes a bit to load. Yeah, so we need to cache this check for the version. Yeah. And also still this red is like too red. Anyway, is good enough for you know, this time. So yeah, see you guys some other time. Yeah. Cheers. Hold on, that's the wrong button. Which one do I need to press? This one. Cheers.